Well, it wouldn't be a show about cartoons if we did not have Candy Milo, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start off with one of the big subjects in one of the episodes, villains. Villains in animation. So who would you say is your favorite cartoon villain?
One that I did or one that somebody... Okay, one that I did was Madame Mousse, who was a dog in American Tail when Fievel went, I think it was Fievel went to New York. And I worked with Dom DeLuise and Joe Lala, and it was like the greatest thing ever. And I had actually, Michelle Browerman was the composer, and I actually sang a song as Madame Mousse, who was a dog.
Could you give us a little...
The secret de la nuit. Let me tell you something right now. I'm a dog.
So who would you say is a favorite villain that inspired you?
It would have to be the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland. That's it. Yeah, she was my kind of gal.
We talked about villains. Who would you say is like your least favorite hero?
Oh, okay. My least favorite hero. Don't get upset. Is Spider-Man. I was like, what is it? And what are you doing? A woman would be cleaning up those webs. I don't get why you got bit. I mean, you fell into the job.
And if you could, to wrap up villains, could you give us your best evil laugh?
Which is why I don't work.
Okay, another big major subject we have in cartoons is LGBTQ representation in animation.
Yeah.
We talk about, depictions of the past and where it's going in the future. Now, who would you say in animation is like the straightest cartoon character?
Like the straightest would have to be, it would have to be the bunny, and I can't remember Tom Kane's character in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It was quite upright, and he had a British accent, and he had a stick so far up his rectum that he could have, put his head on a spit. And I can't think of Mr. Harriman from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Very, very well done. I remember that character.
Yeah.
He was so great. What is a cartoon that you love, even though it was kind of terrible, like a guilty pleasure kind of cartoon?
Oh, God, Fractured Fairy Tales. They were awful, and I ate up every single one of them, and I knew they were bad, and anything Jay Ward did was, I was right in front of that TV, loving every second of it. So Fractured Fairy Tales.
I mean, the humor is just so...
And the broad delivery was just so East Coast, and it was so stand-up comic and Borscht Belt, and the women were just, fabulous. So yes, they were awful and they were fabulous at the same time.
What was a cartoon toy that you always wanted as a kid but never got?
Oh my gosh. Do you know what I wanted? I wanted that speak and say where you pulled the string and then it would circle and then it would be, I really wanted one of those. And I also wanted a Schwinn bike with a banana seat and a sissy bar. And that wasn't so much in cartoons, but the Brady Bunch kids had those. And so because I just wanted to not be in my house and I wanted to be a Brady kid, that's what I wanted. I wanted outfits matchy-matchy like Jan's. I wanted hair like a Marsha. And I wanted a bike with a banana seat and a sissy bar. That's what I wanted that I never got.
A cartoon that you loved, even if it was just trying to sell you stuff.
Oh God, I really liked G.I. Joe. I don't know why I liked that when I was little. My older brother and my younger brother had Green Army men, and I just loved G.I. Joe, and all they wanted you to do was buy G.I. Joes, because they weren't making Barbie cartoons, but every commercial was Mattel. Every commercial was Mattel. There was no learning. There was no educational value in any of these cartoons. This was cereal and toys.
That's it.
That's it.
we also talk a lot about public service announcements, PSAs, and moral messaging in cartoons.
Yeah.
What were like some animated PSAs you remember growing up?
I would say the greatest one was from Fat Albert. Bill Cosby created. Hey, hey, hey! And what you got empirically, you didn't see, it wasn't stated, was that it was the first cartoon where black kids could just be black kids, and there was no special anything about race. And so the biggest PSA I took from that was that you didn't need to say anything. You just needed to be funny, and people would just get used to seeing black people as cartoon characters, as leads, as heroes, as foibles, as kids that were flawed and fabulous. So that I got, because we were not into, the 60s was, like I said, cereal and toys. That's what they wanted you to do.
We also talk a bit about sex in cartoons and, depictions of females and males and programming and stuff. What would you say is the sexiest cartoon character you've ever played?
Oh, God, I just want to be funny and just say Miss Priss from Looney Tunes. Oh, yes, a man who was like the homeliest goose on the planet. The sexiest character I ever played was Lonette in Cool World by Ralph Bakshi with Brad Pitt and Kim Basinger. I played Lonette, Brad Pitt's girlfriend. Cartoon girlfriend. Pretty sexy.
Cartoon crush. Who was your cartoon crush growing up as a kid?
Dudley Do-Right. Stop it! I always pick the nerd. Always. Dudley Do-Right. Nell. I always wanted to be Nell, but I only did Dudley Do-Right's voice. And then I will tell you, I'll tell you my other cartoon crush, and you know this, because I think I said it 8 million times, was Marvin the Martian. Because my sister and I, my younger sister and I, and just so you know, there are 5 of us, and I'm the calm one in the family. That my younger sister and I used to do dueling Marvins at the breakfast table. I always won, but we would watch that, and I mean knee slap. We just thought, and you do such a great, fantastic job on that, Eric. And that's why I was like, yes. Oh, now I'm mad.
Now I know your dirty little secret, Candy. Oh my.
Yes.
In a cartoon fight, which characters would you beat up? Or if you could pick a cartoon fight with any cartoon character, who would you want to fight?
If I could pick any cartoon character that I would want, I think that I would like to beat the shit out of Dora the Explorer. I don't know why. It's the haircut, which I think I just got yesterday. I got my version because God has a sense of humor. But I just think, maybe to be fair, because she could whack me with the backpack, probably that's going to be cut out. But I just want you to know that I would hit a kid. Because I would imagine that I would also be a cartoon. And if I were a cartoon fighting her, I'd be the teacher from Cow and Chicken. You little son of a no good! Come over here, Dora, before I knock you on your ass.
Is there an animated character that you'd like to be?
I would like to have been Bibbidi Bobbidi or Boo. I really would. When Cinderella came out, and I was saying, I believe it was on TV because I know The Wizard of Oz eventually came on TV. The 2 Little Mice. There was something about the vocal quality of those characters that stirred something in me that not so much said, oh, I'm going to be cartoons, but I wanted to imitate, but more than that, emulate them. Like I thought one of them, reminded me of Aunt Clara from Bewitched, who did that. And I just loved, that's what I always wanted to be, was Bibbidi Bobbidi or Boo.